Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 1 with Playing on a Budget. Modern Week. Let's go with Goblins, our RB red-black Goblins. Before I started, I'd like to say I made a change. I took out the 2 Mutavaults right before I started this because I was looking over the deck one last time and realized that Mutavault can't tap for really anything. It's a whopping 7 cards out of my deck that colorless mana can actually interact with. So I took them out and added 2 more mana, or 2 more mountains. And that will actually take the price of this deck down quite a bit. Anyway, let's play first. I like winning die rolls with this deck. And this is a keepable hand, 3 lands to actually cast our Goblin Chieftan. We have a Foundry Street Denizen into a Mogg War Marshall, not bad at all. And Mountain Blood Crypt, Sulfurous Springs is okay. I usually don't worry about life in this format because I'm going to be doing more damage than I think my opponent will be able to dish out to me. Other than UR Fairies / UR Delver is a pretty aggressive deck with the amount of lightning bolts and like electrolyzes that it can dish off a lot of damage out of nowhere. All right, so let's go ahead and lead with the Foundry Street Denizen. And see what deck we're up against. Hopefully we are up against like Tron or something slow, as this deck completely punishes those type of decks. I'm not liking green. It's got access to life gain, but no first turn play. He could have a Path to Exile. I don't know if Path to Exile is actually worth using against this deck. We didn't like to see that Sulfurous Springs. It's okay, but Mogg War Marshall will allow me to swing in for 3 with the Foundry Street Denizen. And that's what's so cool about the Foundry Street Denizen is its ability to just do crazy amounts of damage on turn 2 and turn 3. And we could actually be going against Boggles. You know what? That's probably what we're going up against, the green-white enchantments, because that's the sort of deck that actually uses the Razorverge Thickets. So I wouldn't be surprised to see probably an enchantment put on a ooh. Yeah, I don't know what we're going up against. He's in very, very trouble though. As I'm gonna let this dude die. Which is cool because look at this interaction. Foundry Street Denizen gets another +1/+0. And we get to throw down a Sulfur Springs. And we get to tap for red. And oops, I don't need to tap double red there, just 1. And we're going to Goblin Chieftan. And Foundry Street Denizen is going to get a trigger plus another +1/+0. So we're hitting in for quite a bit here. This is turn 3 that we're hitting in for 10. I have a hard time thinking this. Even if he's got a Kitchen Finks, he's just plain dead next turn. So, I mean, like I said, this is a pretty consistent turn 4 kill. And now he is completely in Goblin Grenade range. So even if he has some sort of board wipe, which I doubt with green and white on the board, I mean, he would really have to gain some insane amount of life here. And with 3 mana, I just don't see it happening. Core Spirit Dancer. So it is Boggles, and there's absolutely nothing he can do here. Yeah, Ethereal Armor. He can't even block enough. I can just attack in. I can just Goblin Grenade him to the face. He's already played a land this turn. This can be a problematic matchup because of the life gain that his deck can throw out with a Daybreak Coronet. And I'm not sure. I think I do bring in the Lightning Bolts just for the Core Spirit Dancers. And I might even bring in the Rain of Gores, as it allows me to completely... Mark of Mutinies are definitely not going to come in. Neither are Shared Animosities, neither are Vexing Shushers. But I'm thinking the Rain of Gores and the Lightning Bolts probably could come in, because like he will bring in a lot of life gain enchantments, but it's life link it gives it. So again, I don't know how that interacts. So maybe not. Maybe I'll just bring in the Lightning Bolts. I'm going to take out probably some Spike Jesters on the draw, I mean. And I don't think we have much of a sideboard. Maybe the Shared Animosities do come in. I'm not sure, as we're going to have to figure out a way to go over the top of him. But I'm liking this. I definitely Lightning Bolts, of course, come in. And yeah. All right, I'm gonna call this good. I'm gonna submit this. And I don't know exactly how this works versus his deck. This is a very good hand with the double Lightning Bolts. The Bushwacker, Goblin Grenade. We need to draw into something besides the land. But the one card that I am worried about in his deck is the Core Firewalker, or Core Spirit Dancer. And he's got a mold of 5. The problem with Boggles is that's very, very representative of the deck. It mulligans a ton because of all the enchantments. They can get like a handful of enchantments with no creature, or creatures with not enough enchantments, and it plays a very low land count. So that is the one problem with the Boggles deck. So I'm glad I drew into that Tattermunge Maniac. But I mean, the cool thing about the deck is he could go like Rancor and Ethereal Armor, and then I'm in trouble. There's no way I can interact with the Scout. And there's a Spirit Dancer. Awesome. So we're going to bolt that off. And go ahead and attack in here. If he wants to make that trade, that's a great trade. Put out the Foundry Street Denizen. Next turn, we could overload a bush or kick a Bushwhacker. The only thing I'm really, really terrified of is another Core Spirit Dancer, but we already got rid of it, so it doesn't seem like he has much of a play. Not liking that mountain, but it's definitely giving us some Goblin Grenade mana. So we'll kick this. Swing in with everything. Again, the Foundry Denizen is just a boss how much damage it can do. 3, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to get in for 8 here. And it's tempting just to grenade off a Bushwhacker. And I probably will right now. To use my mana. He's down to a 5 now. We got Lightning Bolt as direct damage. And I guess I probably didn't need to do that because of the amount of mana that I had. So maybe I should have kept it back. But next turn we're still looking at lethal. He's got to gain life here. He's got to nope, can't do the Daybreak Coronet. So again, not the greatest video here, as it did seem like my opponent. Other than we did interact quite well. Killed the Core Spirit Dancer. And there's a Jund Hackblade. That's awesome. It does get haste and +1/+1. Triggers off the Foundry Street Denizen. And probably going to be a wrap. I don't know what he can do. There's really, yeah, there's nothing he can do here. That is going to be enough. He has to block the Hackblade, and then I just bolt him. Yep, there we go. So quite an easy matchup there. I would have to play test against Boggles quite a bit to see exactly what the matchup's like. Again, the Boggles is just so dependent on its draw, like on its opening hand having the exact answers. It's very reliant on that the Spirit Walker, Spirit Dancer, Core Spirit Dancer, and it can have some really, really clunky draws. But when it does have its god draws, man, oh man, can that deck be brutal to play against. Anyway, this is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.